on. And they participate in various activities together all along the Gulf Coast and, again, in the great city of Pensacola.
And actually, this is their first year, Jeff, with 2 floats in this parade. They said they loved it so much that they decorated 2 floats. And as I mentioned, one was a big pirate ship, and this is the smaller ship. And look, they did a great job. You know, a big part of Mardi Gras is getting together with your family, decorating your floats and making them.
We, of course, had a story on the other day. This doesn't have directly to do with the parade, but the King Juan Carlos of Spain and his bride, Queen Sofia, were in Pensacola to help that city celebrate a very special anniversary. Maybe the King and Queen are here tonight. King Juan Carlos of Spain, that is. I don't think so, but you never know.
That would be nice. They certainly got the royal treatment. I wonder if they stayed for Mardi Gras to see the real royals of South Mississippi.
They may be here incognito and nobody knows. Of course, I'm kidding, but it was great to have them in America and over in the city of Pensacola.
I see the National Guard truck, Mississippi Air National Guard, pulling this next float. Let's see, I believe it's the Krewe of Gemini from Mobile. This is their first year parading with Gemini. As I said, it's really grown. The crew over from Mobile visiting friends of Gemini that have been connected for the past 5 years. But this is actually their first year parading with Gemini.
Again, from the city of Mobile. And a lot of people on there.
I think they got out of order, Jeff. I'm sorry. On our list, it says Bienville was next, but this must be the Combat Readiness Air National Guard guys. So these are our brave soldiers who protect our freedom from the Air National Guard base in Gulfport. That's what that is. 1108th Avcrad.
Yeah, indeed it is. The folks from the Air National Guard base, and boy, wherever the coast be, without those good folks, they contribute so much and really help us out. And great night here tonight. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back with more coverage of the Krewe of Gemini 40th edition here in the city of Gulfport after these messages. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Krewe of Gemini, a 40th annual parade here in the city of Gulfport. I'm Jeff Lawson, along with Rebecca Fowler.
This is float number 19, where we are right now. Beautiful float. Did you notice this year how much prettier and fancier the floats seem in Gemini? They're very elaborate this year. That one that you just saw was Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, I'd be curious to get the take of the folks from the crew, but a very good point, Rebecca. I don't know that they've ever been as elaborate as what we were seeing this year.
It's kind of loud up here, so I didn't understand what you said, but I'm sure it was very insightful.
Well, if it was, it may have been one of the first insightful things I've ever said.
Well, you said it, not me. All right, what's going on, Daniel? Let's look at another float. Let's see where we are.
Okay, again, folks, this is live television, and our television monitor is not working properly, so we're not exactly sure what. This is the Krewe of the Bayou, Long Beach. The Krewe of the Bayou in Long Beach.
I again cannot hear you, unfortunately. But Krewe of Bayou, I see lots of alligators. They're from the city of Long Beach. That's another great thing about Gemini. It's really a very inclusive parade. You know, the whole crew has floats and crews from across the coast. And this year the king is Kenny Studi. And as you said, family's very, very involved in this. And we're right by the reviewing stand, so as you can see, they really throw a lot of beads when they get to the king and queen from last year. That's Lindsay Rogers right in the middle with the crown. Just caught some big beads. She was queen last year, and her brother, a local chiropractor from Pascagoula, Dr. Rogers, he was king last year. Now they're on the reviewing stand.
This year's theme is Lost and Treasured Civilizations for the Krewe of Gemini. Last year we came on, it was perfect timing. The very first float was coming by right at 6 o'clock. They're a little bit ahead of themselves this year, so when we came on the air, we were about 4 or 5 floats in. The Krewe of Socia Hillbillies is what we're showing right now. They were here last year, and they're hillbillies big time, huh? And they're loving it.
That's great. That's really funny. Now, a neat thing about Gemini is they not only are a Mardi Gras crew, but they provide scholarships to graduating high school seniors. You mentioned how active they are in this community. They have $500 scholarships. They also support the Boys and Girls Clubs, and Harrison County Family Court Shelter, Make-A-Wish Foundation, Ronald McDonald House. For anyone who's not from South Mississippi who's watching, just so you know, it's not just a reason to party, it's also a very community event that they work all year long raising money not only for their parade, but for charitable organizations.
This is the crew of drama. Crew of drama, I believe, coming through here. Of course, that's in the city of Gulfport. Jeff Shepard is down on the ground. Shep, take it away, buddy.
Oh, guys, when they blow those 18-wheelers, and you're like 5 feet away from them. I'll be able to hear sometime next week, I guess. What's your name?
Brett.
All right, Brett, you from Gulfport?
Yeah.
You know, how much fun are you having? Is this your daughter on your shoulders?
Yeah, it's a blast. This is one of her first big parades, so it's a lot of fun.
And how old is she?
4.
So she's a good way to get beads, right? You throw her up on the shoulders, right?
Great target.
How much fun are you guys having? You know, it seems like to be a very family-oriented parade. You know, it looks like it'd be a lot of fun. How much fun are you guys having?
Having a lot of fun. Having a lot of fun.
Now, are you a fireman or a cop or something like that?
No, actually, my wife is. She works at Gulfport.
And how nice is it to be able, to be right here in front of the, I mean, obviously we're trying to get things built back up here, but you got a nice spot to be downtown. Front row seat on the barricade here.
Couldn't have it any better right now.
Yeah, right. But happy Mardi Gras, man. All right. All right, guys, we're down here. You see my bead count is multiplied here, so we're going to send it back up to you guys up there on the scaffolding.
Jeff said, we're up here in the sky like birds. This is really a great vantage point to see everything going on. City Hall right down there doing construction, of course, so we couldn't be on the balcony like we usually are, but this has been a great night, great weather, wonderful turnout.
It has been. Now, let me go back to, if you can hear me.
Yes.
We just went down to Jeff Shepard a moment ago. Do you remember what Jeff Shepard had on his head 2 years ago?
I believe it was a pair of ladies' underwear.
You are correct. You win the prize. We won't go into why that happened, whose underwear it was, or anything like that. Back to the parade again. We're about 2/3 of the way through at this point. This is the Heaven Bound out of McHenry, Mississippi. Hey, that's where WOX Tower is, in McHenry, Mississippi. Right up there in Wiggins neighborhood. Heaven Bound. Well, look what it says on there. Go to the street corners and invite to the banquet anyone you find.
Yeah, there are crosses on there. I believe it's a religious organization out of beautiful McHenry, and we're glad to have them here in Gulfport. This is a beautiful float coming up, Crew of Legacy.
Yeah, there actually were 2 Heaven-bound floats, and yes, Rebecca, this is the Crew of Legacy.
Oh, you're right. Look how much fun everybody has. Now, Jeff, you're from Pittsburgh, so you didn't grow up with this, but it's like Christmas for kids this time of year. They're out of school all day just for today.
It is. If you don't mind the personal aside, Rebecca's husband and her young daughter Mary are here. And Mary, who's not even 2 years of age yet, Mary, Rebecca, you were telling us she loves parades.
She does. She's right below us waving. 17 months and she's already addicted. Whoa, somebody actually got a pair of beads up here. I thought we would be safe this high, but somebody has a good arm.
Again, hey, we've got our monitor up, folks, so we can sound a little more intelligent than what we've sounded so far, because now we know what you're seeing. You are looking live again. Krewe of Gemini parade, big crowd, great night, great weather. Rebecca just said it. Everybody is a kid on a night like this.
Absolutely. And again, we have to thank the Krewe of Gemini for people, you might not realize it, but they spend a lot of money all year long and a lot of their own time and energy. They have meetings. Everybody has to decorate their own floats. Of course, buying the throws. And we did a story, I believe Elise Roberts did it last week, that there are actually more throws bought this year at the Mardi Gras store in Pass Road in Gulfport, Mardi Gras Supplies. Yeah. He was surprised that they actually sold more throws this year. You'd think with the economy, people would be a little more stingy perhaps, but oh no, when it's Mardi Gras time, people find a way. When you have it in your blood like these people do, they find a way to make it great every year.
Yesterday at 6 o'clock, you were on a story yourself, so you didn't see it, but yesterday at 6 o'clock, we had a report on Trang Pham Bui over at the Mardi Gras store and interviewed one lady who was spending $2,000 yesterday on throws.
which obviously riding in the parades, right? See, and that, believe it or not, Jeff, is kind of a low number. I mean, they will spend upwards, I've heard 5